Hello there guys, so today's video is going to be about one little neat trick that is helping me pretty much in all areas of contest. It's a particular kind of fighting technique style thing that I haven't really seen anybody talk about. If you have been watching my live streams, you probably have seen me use quite a bit, especially in kind of more tricky fights. And as you can probably tell by the video in background, it is how to force opponent to throw heavy attack without touching you. So in this video, I'm going to be doing my best to explain exactly what am I doing, how am I doing, and what is kind of important to make it happen, where this trick comes extremely useful, and basically what is the best way to utilize it. But yeah, as you can see, this Thanos is just absolutely heavy crazy. Anyway, so we're going to be fighting here with Vision against Ultron. It's just throughout this video, I'm just going to have like some random matchups. The point is this Ultron is stun immune, right? So we can't parry him. Can only intercept on punish specials, but can we? We can also purposefully make him launch heavy attacks and punish those. So basically this technique is alternative to intercepting. That is pretty much how I came up with it. It was because intercept didn't come to me easy at first. It took me quite a while to learn it, and kind of as I was doing it, I noticed that I can kind of force opponents to throw heavy attacks extremely often. So over the time I kind of played around it and got better at it, and now I use it quite often, just because the main reason, and I'm going to be repeating this a few times throughout the video, that if you fail to intercept, you're likely to eat a combo to your face. If you fail this trick, you're likely just to get a tap on a block. So it is in fact much more safe than intercepting. Obviously, ideal scenario is like you combine this technique with intercepts and with parries and kind of have a very well-rounded skill set. But anyways, this can kind of help you eliminate the need to intercept. You do need to kind of practice this thing though, and as we saw here, he did tap my block, so occasionally you will be too late, because obviously mistakes happen. But once again, it's better to have a tap at the block rather than a combo in the face. But yeah, the point is that we need to be as close to his opponent as possible, basically in his heavy range, and tap on our block and hold it as quickly as possible. So I'm going to be slowing down straight after this fight, just to kind of slow motion way of me showing exactly what am I doing, because there you're going to be able to see exactly when block is coming up and what is happening. Now, just a small disclaimer, this is not how I would be fighting normally. I make it a point in this video and in these fights in particular just to show kind of how often I can force the heavies out of the opponent and how easy or hard it is to do in certain scenarios. Therefore, normally I would be mixing in this technique with intercepts, finishing my combos fully, baiting out the special attacks and punching those. However, that is exactly kind of point what I'm trying to make here, that this is another additional skill you might have, you should have, I think, in my opinion, in order to kind of help you throughout the contest when the fights aren't as basic as parry and punish the opponent. So the Ultron goes down, and next we're gonna go back to the Deadpool Thanos fight. Just this time I'm gonna have it slowed down a lot, and here you're gonna be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So the base idea is when we get an opening, perfect. If we wanted to, we could finish a combo there, but when we don't have an opening, we tap opponent's block once or twice. Normally do it twice just because light attack leaves you closer to their face, and then we immediately raise our block for a split second, and then you kind of need to see what the opponent's going to be doing. If he's dashing back in at you, you need to get out of the way. If he's throwing heavy attack, perfect, you got what you wanted. So as you can see here, every time opponent does anything, immediately my block goes up and it stays there, and I only wait at like last possible minute. And then if the spacing is right and if the AI is aggressive enough, he's going to be shooting that heavy attack. We can see that he's throwing those heavy attacks quite consistently throughout the slow down clip. So again, we tap in two in a block, and he throws his heavy attack. So base idea is you can alternate the number of taps in opponent's block as you want. The main point is your distance from opponent after their dashes, and the fact that your block has to go up as fast as you humanly can tap that button. So yeah, for the next part of the video, I'm just going to be showing several fight examples that it works with several different size opponents and kind of scenarios where you will want to use this technique as much as possible. So anyway, so just gonna, for the sake of it, use Hela against Thor, just because Thor Ragnarok is an awesome movie and I was rooting for Hela. Just kidding. But yeah, so this fight again isn't gonna be exact kind of ideal way how I would normally fight. I would finish off all my combos and then punish the level 1s. But we're going to be squeezing out a lot of heavy attacks from this Thor, and seemingly at the first glance, if you wouldn't have seen this first part of the video, you'd think he's just randomly throwing heavy attacks for the hell of it, kind of. As you can see there, we stop our mid combo, he's throwing a heavy attack, and this technique is really useful, especially when you're fighting stun immune opponents, in case you do not want to risk intercepts, in case you do not have the extra health to block bait heavies. So it turns out you don't even need to block them out, you can just kind of fake your blocks. And yeah, we can see Thor is very happy launching heavy attacks. I would have messed up there just because I kind of got greedy and I wanted to punish his heavy attack with my heavy attack, which is extremely viable strategy as well, where you need to do so. And yeah, so we can see that Thor has absolutely no issues launching his heavy attacks here. And next we're gonna go to our next fight. And our next fight is gonna be set in Labyrinth of Legends, which is pretty much the place where I learned how to do this, just because it has Limber Node on, and when you were doing these long fights back in the day, you would always kind of run out of parries, and then what? You kind of had to risk the intercept, or you could always try and bait the heavy attacks. You can do that thing early just to save yourself parries and make them last longer. But as you can see here, we're kind of doing this fight pretty much without ever parrying opponent if we don't have to. Obviously we can still parry if we choose to, but again, this kind of fighting example is to trying to prove a point that we don't even have to parry if we don't want to, and we can pull this off reliably and often enough, so we have no issues kind of completely ignoring parry. And yeah, as we can see here, he's more than happy to throw those heavy attacks, giving us extra openings, therefore making our fight much easier. So for a bit there, I'm just going to be showing an example how like I would be using this. Like typically when I'm finishing all the combos, basically we're baiting out opponents level 1s. Whenever our combo finishes and they are still not at level 1, we can always bait out the heavy attack, get a free opening, push them past 1 bar of power, and just kind of rinse repeat. We have no need for parries here, and we can go like this basically indefinitely. So yeah, really useful. And yeah, as you can see, this is variant 3.1, the Ultron's Assault, and another place where this technique is extremely useful is when it comes to dealing with Masochism. So normally when I fight Masochism, I just like to start the fight with a couple of parries, because first parry he's gonna shrug off, it's gonna heal him, but it won't matter because he's already at full health. Second parry is gonna stick, so we get a free opening initially, and then we can take a fight from there. As we saw there, we already baited out the first heavy attack, then we just need to bait out the special attack, punish it, and same thing again. And now he's not gonna have enough power for another special attack, but we can always just go back to either intercepting or baiting out the heavy attack. I didn't finish a combo in there, to be honest, just because I intercepted by accident, kind of like muscle memory. But anyways, so as you can see here, once again, he's very happy to throw his heavy attacks. There is no need for us to intercept or parry if we choose not to do so. And once again, even if we do mess up, this is much kind of like less risky than just trying to fight the fight purely on intercepts, or having to fight our way through the region, in this case with Masochism. So anyways, that's gonna be about me done ranting for the time. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did like the video, then please do feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, share it with your friends, share it with your alliance, perhaps they can learn something useful from this video. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys shortly. See ya.